You know what he's saying?
Welcome to JoJo's Cider Reviews and More. I'm JoJo. Today we have a special edition trio review. We're joined by Pat Gamble and Andrew LaFleur. Pat has a YouTube channel on YouTube.
I forget my YouTube handle, but if you look
It's
up
Patrick Gamble.
If you look up cornhole, lawnmower racing, I'm there. And if you don't see me, just keep looking.
Tossing Glory. Look up that video.
That's right.
I'm in it. Andrew's in it. Today we are reviewing a classic. It's the summer. Want to review a great beer. We're reviewing the Budweiser. It's a classic American macro lager, 5% ABV. It actually is really old. It dates back to 1876, out of St. Louis, Missouri, in the U.S. Is one of my go-tos, to be honest with you. I can remember as a kid, my dad would we'd go to church. He'd leave church. Man, I gotta get a tall boy of Budweiser. You gotta go to the local convenience store, Western Mass. You get a large paper bag, a tall boy. He gave me a sip. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
one of the first beers, if not the first beer I ever tried.
Definitely. When was the first time you tried Budweiser, Andrew?
Fun story. The first time I got a pack of beer after turning 21, it was a 30 rack of Budweiser.
Ooh, mine was Captain and Diet Coke, I believe.
Okay, Mingles?
No, it was Ruby Tuesdays.
Oh, they had good salads.
They did. They had all you can eat salad, but that was the way to go.
And then us millennials killed it.
Pat, first beer you ever had when you're 21?
First legal beer I ever purchased was a 12-pack of Busch, which is extremely relatable to this.
Busch Heavy?
Busch Heavy. Extremely relatable to the 18-pack of Budweiser we have here. But
okay. So the name Budweiser is German name meaning Budweiss. It is so it's been involved in many companies. Marketing wise, it has been involved in NASCAR several times. I won't name all of them, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. sponsored it. Casey Kane sponsored it.
Wally Dolbeck, Ken Schrader, Jeff Bodine, Bill Elliott. Yeah, I'd name a few.
It was an official partner and sponsor of Major League Soccer and the LA Galaxy, and the headline sponsor of the British Basketball League in the 1990s.
Good job not naming all of them.
I tried not to. Tried to keep. There's a lot of them. There is a lot of them. This is a lot of people enjoyed this beer.
Yes.
It has been around since, like I said, 1876. Pat, we were talking about how Bud Light was popular in 82, was it?
Yeah, so Bud Light came out.
This has been around for a while, but Bud Light came out.
Oh, yeah. So Bud Light came out in 1982, which was when the light American lagers really came into fruition.
Right. Natural Light was actually originally Anheuser-Busch's flagship beer.
It was 78. Natural Light came
around
out.
there. Yeah, Coors Light came out around there too.
Yeah, but
Miller Lite was kind of the first, you would say.
Mm-hmm.
It was Meisterbrau, and they were bought out by the Miller Coors Company, or the Miller Company at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Budweiser has kind of been a mainstay of any general American barbecue as long as I can remember.
Yes.
And Joe talks about having Budweiser sips, I would assume, early on. And,
they were gulps.
They're just a red can that's always been around, and when Andrew and I went to college, they were always at the parties that we went to, and just Budweiser's always been there.
I always loved the marketing. Last year they had the blue cans for 4th of July, and it's always one of those go-tos. What does it say here? This is the famous Budweiser beer. We know of no brand produced by any other brewer which costs so much to brew and age. Our exclusive Beechwood aging produces a taste, a smoothness, and a drinkability you will find in no other beer at any price.
Right, and it's the Beechwood and the rice that differentiates Budweiser from other macro American lagers. And personally, I love it. It's a go-to American macro lager that the price is competitive. And
what do you get for a 12-pack of these? Maybe $12, $11 or something?
It depends where you're at, but typically it's between $12 and $14 for a 12-pack, and for nowadays, that is very competitive.
Andrew?
I agree.
What do you think, man? Yep. You want to get into it?
Yeah, because, with all the mass-produced beers, this is definitely one of the top ones in my opinion.
All right, guys. Going. for the poor. Salute, everyone.
Salute.
Celtics won tonight. On to the Eastern Conference semifinals.
Bring on the
Raptors, right?
Raptors are up 3-0, so I assume it's the Raptors. You never know, but they're facing the Nets. Might be tonight or
2020,
tomorrow.
anything can happen.
Anything
but
can happen.
The Celtics.
The Red
should
Sox
beat them.
0-4 came down from 3-0. By the way, can I just say I really like this glass right here. Dave & Buster's. Andrew, did you say you won this with the tokens?
Yeah, I probably spent $50 worth of tokens just to get that.
It was worth it.
I hope the beer is worth it.
It's all about the journey.
All right, guys. So I like to go through the what you see in the beer first. So it's hard to see in this cup, but it looks pretty clear. What are you guys getting? Decent amount of head. I see over here 2-finger head about.
You're never going to have an issue with Budweiser when it comes to carbonation. The first thing you're going to look for, obviously, is the clarity of it. And it's a macro American lager. It's going to be very clear. It's kind of a golden straw kind of color. But that's why you're drawing a Budweiser. It's a very simple kind of beer when it comes to the color. And
By the way, shout out to Flying Goose in New Hampshire. That is the glass, I believe.
yeah, this is Flying Goose Brewery. It's in New London, New Hampshire. This is the glass I have. It's a little faded, but it's a small brewery in New London, New Hampshire. Excellent restaurant, excellent brews that they produce, but they sell glasses too to house these very fine beers.
Like I said, in my glass, kind of hard to see here with the dark orange, but you're getting the clear beer here. Decent amount of head, 2-finger head, but it looks like a really good beer, guys. I'm really happy to try this again. I haven't had it since a couple hours ago, and
Had a few.
yeah, a lot of carbonation coming up to the surface. Can't really see that with my beer, but Andrew, what do you see in there?
See something I want to drink.
What is that? Seattle, Washington, Red Hook Brewery. Can you tell us where you got that?
Well, I got this at the Red Hook Brewery that was in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I know they've been bought out, but I remember going through the tour. They had the same exact brewery and everything. That's in Seattle as well as Portsmouth.
Oh, so there's
Right.
there's two breweries. There's one in New Hampshire
for
Okay.
each coast, and they had everything exactly the same, even the things for the foundation for taking care of earthquakes and everything. All the same.
Yeah, they're typically known. ESB was known for more of a maltier beverage, but it's not what we're drinking today. Budweiser. When you go in for the aroma,
B wants to be. This is B. She wants
Low
to be.
aggressive.
Wants to say hi to everyone.
Yes.
She likes Budweiser too. Good girl.
but when you go in for the aroma on Budweiser, you get more of that corny aroma that you
Yep.
would that you would
It
expect.
just smells like one of those clean, straight up American lagers.
Yeah,
It's
you know?
smells like something I want to drink.
Right.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's not like a craft beer where the aroma is something
You gotta,
different. from
it's
the-
something you don't really have to think about. It just
Right,
smells like a
you
good
know-
beer. The
Right.
carbonation is coming
Right.
up to the surface. Smells clean, fresh, something crisp, something I want to drink. A little bit of rice. Shall we drink? Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, salute. You guys are way ahead. You guys can't wait to get at it. Super crisp,
Yes.
clean. You can taste that carbonation. A little bit. To me, it's a little bit sweeter than what you get with the Coors Banquet, the Coors Heavy, the Miller High Life. I always thought Budweiser had that sweetness that some of the other American macro lagers do not have, and I really enjoy that. It's very crisp. It's a crisp finish. You get that bready taste as well. You get that carbonation, and I'm really enjoying it. It's honestly one of my go-tos, and it's at a reasonable price. Pat, what do you think?
I think it's definitely a little sweeter than the Coors Banquet. And if I were to rate one macro lager to another, I personally would take Coors over Budweiser, but that does not mean Budweiser's a bad lager. It's a little sweeter. And if I'm showing up to, my neighbor's barbecue, I would definitely take this glass and a handful.
Right.
But
I would take this any day,
Yep.
any day of the week.
Definitely.
Andrew, what do you got in the taste?
A good beer.
Yeah, seriously. Mouthfeel is very light. Sessionability is high, 5%. It's just one of those beers that just makes me think of America. It's just everyone enjoys it, and I would get it again. The price is reasonable. what do we say for a 12-pack? Around 11, 10 to
I think it's
$11.
$14 to $15, maybe. I'm
Might
not
even
sure,
be less
Joe.
than that. Yeah.
A little further north,
But-
but it's still competitively priced compared to most macro lagers, I think.
Right.
And you know, these days you get what you pay for. I think Budweiser is one of those macro lagers where if you pay a little extra, it's worth it for sure.
Yeah, get a lot of bang for the buck.
I enjoy the Bud Light a lot, but this gives you a little bit more of the oomph. It really does.
Definitely.
A little bit more of a kick. And it's still reasonably priced. It's got that crisp flavor. Really enjoy it. Pat, what are you giving for the review? I generally give around 0 to 100. You can do figure skating rules.
I'll give it a 90.9 if I were to.
Solid
give
A
it a
minus.
score. Yep,
Okay.
I'll
definitely.
give it a straight 90.
Straight 90. Okay. Let me get one more sip here. This brings back a lot of memories.
Oh, what kind of memories, Joe?
You know, I don't want to talk about it. But 92.4.
All right.
Solid A
That's
minus.
all right.
Solid
I
A
like it.
minus. Not quite into the excellent range, but I would gladly get it again and again and again, which I will
Definitely.
throughout the course of my life.
And that's why
God
Budweiser's
willing.
been brewed since 1876, right?
1876, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a go-to.
That's right.
It makes me think of America. And
Yeah.
I want to thank Pat for joining the review today,
You're
and
welcome.
also Andrew. So, till next time, guys. Salute. All right.